Episode 281, Interview. Harry was surprised to find out that Wilbur had quite the talent to make jokes. His blank face looked especially comical. A fortune teller, a yellow robe, and so on were all very reasonable. It would be a waste of his talent if he didn't go and talk about crosstalk. Boss, do you think I have the qualifications to come to your company? I usually work very hard and can also suffer. I could do dirty work or tiring work. Wilbur looked at Harry with hopeful eyes and said. Harry smiled and nodded. Hey, you're not bad. Come to the company for an interview tomorrow. Wilbur was surprised. Aren't you the boss? You're not giving me an interview now? I have to think about it, and you should think about it too. Being an artist is not as simple as you think. You can easily become a big star. Furthermore, the treatment you receive in the beginning is not much better than the money you earn now. Harry set the minimum salary for the artist in the company to be $3,000. It was indeed not as much as the money earned from delivering food. Nowadays, as long as the delivery employees were willing to suffer, they could earn $7,000 to $8,000 a month. Of course, the salary of the artist would continue to increase along with their reputation. Although the minimum salary would not increase much, few people would point to the minimum salary to eat. They were all paid for the performance. If they became famous, they could earn hundreds of thousands just by acting as a supporting role in a movie. Those celebrities with a lot of traffic could even earn hundreds of millions. It was just that they did not know if this was true or not. Wilbur was a little disappointed that he didn't get a positive answer from Harry, but he still had some hope. Then I'll think about it for one night. I'll come for the interview tomorrow. After sending the delivery man away, Harry returned to his office to call for the busy people to come over for supper. Chelsea asked, Why did you talk so much with the delivery man at the door? He seemed to be very happy. The others also looked at Harry in puzzlement. They were also puzzled in their hearts. A super-rich heir had an extremely prestigious status. He could actually talk to a delivery man and even talk and laugh. Harry felt that it was quite interesting now, so he smiled and told everyone what had happened just now. He made everyone laugh out loud. This old man is really bad. Manson held back his laughter and said, He's wearing a yellow uniform, which means he's wearing a yellow robe. Jason laughed until his stomach hurt. You really want him to come for an interview? Don't tell me you really want to recruit him into the company as an artist, Chelsea asked. Harry shrugged his shoulders. Why not? This kid is very talented in comedy. He might be a good seedling. Manson nodded. Well, actors who have undergone professional training may not necessarily be famous. On the contrary, many ordinary rely on their unique performance to gain the recognition of the public. Right. Let's not talk about him. Everyone, eat and rest early. Don't tire yourself out too much. Harry called out. Thank you, boss. Everyone said gratefully. The boss taking care of their employees had once again filled them with energy. After eating supper, no one really went to rest. Instead, they were full of energy and continued to work. Harry saw that his subordinates were so enthusiastic, so he did not say anything else. The next morning, Chelsea did not go to school early in the morning. Instead, she stayed in the company and instructed the employees to arrange things. Today was an important day. More than 100 celebrities came to interview. No matter how many people were left behind, in the end, they had to decorate the company well. They could not let others feel that their attitude was bad. They waited until 10 o'clock in the morning for the interview. The people from the other companies in Cloud Heaven building were surprised to find that today was an unusual day. Many celebrities suddenly came here. Although they were not top celebrities, ordinary people did not care about these things. Even seeing a third-tier celebrity was enough to make people excited. What's going on? There's so many celebrities here. Are we filming today? No way. I didn't hear any notification. Besides, what kind of filming would require so many celebrities? I think they might be here to participate in some event. What? You guys said it wrong. These celebrities are going to Star Moon Entertainment for an interview. What? I know about Star Moon Entertainment. Is this company that strong? Everyone was stunned. More than 100 celebrities came to a company for an interview at the same time. What kind of operation was this? I really didn't think that Star Moon Entertainment, which is on the same floor as us, would actually be so well hidden. This is simply a big company in the entertainment industry. Speaking of which, how did you know that they were all here for an interview? Someone asked in disbelief. I'm watching Leanne's live broadcast. She's here today. When the news was confirmed, everyone was even more shocked. It's true. Unbelievable. Does that mean that we will be able to meet these celebrities every day in the future? Leanne had a live stream of Big Bear's live broadcast platform and usually did live broadcasts. Today, when she came for an interview, she started live streaming. Everyone, guess what I'm going to do? None of you can guess that I'm going for an interview. In the live stream, Leanne's fans were so shocked that their jaws dropped. Celebrities still had to go for an interview? What was going on? It's early in the morning to play with everyone. You're a superstar. Why do you want to go for an interview? Why can't a celebrity have an interview? Wouldn't it be considered an interview if you went for an audition in a movie? The fans commented in the chat box. Yes, but I'm not auditioning today. It's a real interview. I wonder if the new company will be able to recruit me. Leanne explained to everyone in detail. It was only then that the fans realized that their idol actually went for an interview. You must be admitted. If they dare to reject my goddess, I'll smash the glass out of this house. Leanne, don't go to the Star Moon Entertainment interview. Come to my place and pay me $10 million a year. Just what kind of company is the Star Moon Entertainment to make Leanne so impatient to go for an interview? After the fans talked about all kinds of things, they were all very curious about the Star Moon Entertainment Leanne was going to and didn't know where it attracted their love. There were more than 1 billion netizens in the country. Not everyone knew about Star Moon Entertainment. Many people only cared about their idols and did not know much about other things in the entertainment industry. Therefore, they did not know about Star Moon Entertainment's recent rise. Leanne did not explain to them the real reason why she came. She got off the car of the entrance of the Cloud Heaven building and took the elevator to the floor of Star Moon Entertainment. When the people in the live stream saw the scene in front of them, they were so shocked that their eyeballs almost popped out. At this time, at the entrance of Star Moon Entertainment, over 100 celebrities were lining up and waiting. It seemed that they were all here for an interview. Oh my God, what kind of scene is this? Besides Leanne, Hanson is also there. Episode 282. Line Up. So many celebrities, all famous in the entertainment industry, all came to the same company for interviews. This was a rare piece of news that only appeared once in 100 years. Leanne's live stream instantly exploded. The fans who were watching the live broadcast all called their friends in to watch a miracle. In an instant, the popularity of the live stream skyrocketed. The backstage staff of Big Bear's live broadcast platform also noticed the situation in Leanne's live stream. Normally, when the number of live broadcasts in the morning was the lowest, there would rarely be such an explosion of popularity. After using the administrator account to check it out, Big Bear Broadcasting Station was also shocked. When the management saw that it was related to Star Moon Entertainment, they scrambled to Harold's office to report the situation. What? More than 100 celebrities are currently preparing for an interview at Star Moon Entertainment? Harold thought that his subordinate was teasing him and subconsciously did not believe it. But when he saw the live broadcast with his own eyes, he was stunned. After a moment, a strong surprise hit Harold's heart. This was an opportunity to attract more people. Quick, push Leanne's live stream to the front page of the platform and place it at the top. Publish it all through the channels. What do the live broadcasts rely on to attract popularity? It's a novelty to let everyone see something that is rarely seen. It's the thing that attracts the most attention. And now, it was an explosive point. What company could allow 100 celebrities to participate in an interview at the same time? Countless promotional headlines quickly appeared in Harold's mind, and in the end, he chose the most eye-catching one and put it on the front page. Ever since he had worked with Star Moon Entertainment twice, Big Bear's live broadcast had benefited a lot, and it had always been more popular than the live broadcast of Bullhorn. He had originally wanted to discuss another live broadcast with Harry, but who would have thought that an unexpected surprise would come before he even had the chance to take action? Harold only felt that the Star Moon Entertainment and Harry were really important people for Big Bear's live broadcast. They could always give him a chance. Sure enough, after Leanne's live broadcast was quickly promoted, her popularity rose again. From the initial hundreds of thousands, it directly exceeded 1 million. It was early in the morning, and it was not even the weekend yet. It was already very shocking that there were so many people. Moreover, the trend of rising after breaking 1 million did not decrease at all. Leanne came relatively late and could only wait in the back until it was her turn to slowly wait for it to be her turn. She also did not turn off the live broadcast. At this moment, she also realized that the popularity of her live stream had increased, and she was surprised that such a situation would occur. The highest peak of her live stream was usually around 1 million. This was the first time she had seen a situation like today, where the number had soared to 1 million and it was still rising rapidly. After browsing through it, she found out that her live stream had been promoted. Leanne was a little puzzled in her heart. She did not know why her live stream room had been advertised by the platform. Although she was a celebrity, the live broadcast platform would not give out promotions for free for no reason. There must be some reason that she did not know about. She looked at the long queue in front of her. Leanne understood a little in her heart. The live broadcast platform was not promoting the live broadcast for her. Instead, it was a scene of over 100 celebrities gathering together for an interview. Very quickly, Leanne's live broadcast platform broke through 2 million viewers, and all kinds of donations were flooding in. Not only were there Leanne's fans, but there were also fans of other celebrities who were also watching the live broadcast. "Leanne, don't just wait in line. Quickly, go to the front and interview others." "Right, in any case, you're the last one, so there's no point in waiting in line." "I want to see my family's favorite, Todd. Leanne, quickly go and talk to Todd." The fans were very excited because their favorite actor was going to be replaced by a new company for an interview. This was a huge matter, and they had to know what their favorite actor was thinking right now and whether or not they are nervous. Was she confident that she would be accepted? It was as if she was even more anxious than the celebrity herself. Leanne saw that the fans' requests were very strong and they were continuously giving tips, so she agreed to the request. She walked to the front and went to talk to the celebrity she was familiar with, Todd. "Oh, Leanne, you're also here for an interview? Is this a live broadcast?" "Yeah, I didn't expect you to be here. I have your fans in my live stream and they want me to ask if you're nervous." When he saw Leanne's live broadcast, Todd paid attention to his behavior and replied with a smile. "Yes, of course I'm nervous. I heard that the boss of Star Moon Entertainment will personally interview us today." "Then do you have the confidence to enter Star Moon Entertainment?" Todd looked at many celebrities around him and smiled bitterly. "Originally, I was confident, but now, seeing so many of my peers here, I'm not confident anymore." "Yeah, I'm actually also nervous. I don't know how many people will be recruited. Todd is more famous than me, so he will definitely be selected by the boss. I'm not sure." When Todd said this, Leanne also became nervous. There were really too many celebrities present, even though the entertainment company hoped that the more celebrities they had under their banner, the better. However, with so many people interviewing at the same time, Leanne felt that no company would be able to recruit so many celebrities. They would definitely choose the cream of the crop and promote those with low reputations. "Leanne, are you here today for an interview or for a live broadcast?" "Hanson!" Hanson came over to chat. "Aren't I very nervous? Let's start a live broadcast and interact with the fans to ease my emotions." "Now that you mention it, I want to start a live broadcast. Unfortunately, I don't have my fans. I don't think anyone will be watching this early in the morning." Hanson mocked himself. After he said this, a large number of bullet comments appeared in Leanne's live stream. "Hanson, your fans are here! Although we don't have many people, we are very united. Yes, today we are here to cheer Hanson up. Hanson, you can do it! No matter what the results is, we'll support you." Leanne saw the bullet comments and passed her phone to Hanson. "Hanson's fans are so caring. They're all watching you in my live stream." Hanson was so touched that he almost cried. With the support of these fans, he no longer felt nervous. Even if he was swiped today, he would not feel too sad. At this moment, Wilbur rushed out of the elevator, panting heavily. Looking at the time, he patted his chest and said, "Fortunately, I was not late." He had thought about the interview for the whole night. It made it hard to get any sleep. "Wilbur, you could do it. Today you must succeed in your interview. In the future, you'll be a superstar who can enjoy wealth and glory above thousands of people." Wilbur, who was venting his anger, raised his head and was shocked silly by the scene in front of him. Episode 283, Taunt. Stars and actors lined up at the entrance of Star Moon Entertainment waiting for their interview. Although they weren't very famous, at least they had a place in the entertainment circle. When they saw that a delivery man was also here for the interview like them, many people looked down on Wilbur in their hearts. "Hey, delivery man, you're here for an interview?" Wilbur often paid attention to the entertainment circle. When he saw so many celebrities, he was so nervous that his legs turned soft. When he saw that someone was talking to him, he stammered, Yes. "What position are you interviewing for? Are you a janitor or a security guard?" Another celebrity said in a disdainful tone. "Face, interview, celebrity." Everyone burst into laughter. "Stop joking. You're a delivery man. Are you here to interview as an artist?" "You really don't know your limits. We have so many celebrities, but we can only queue up for an interview. We might not even be accepted. You think you can compete with us?" "Why don't you take a piss and look at yourself in the mirror? What can a delivery man like you do? Do you want to be a celebrity? Are you out of your mind?" Faced with the ridicule, Wilbur's face instantly turned completely red. He lowered his head and wished that he could burrow into the ground. Leanne's live broadcast just happened to record this scene. The netizens watching the live broadcast also discussed animatedly. Some people felt that what these celebrities said was very right. A delivery man had to recognize himself. He could not daydream about being a celebrity. If it was that easy to become a celebrity, then everyone would become a superstar. However, even more people complained about Wilbur's injustice. Celebrities were also human beings, and they weren't any better than others. Why couldn't they become celebrities just because they were delivering food? Those celebrities who mocked others have ugly expressions on their faces. Isn't it a little inappropriate to call them that? Luckily, I'm not their fan. I really feel ashamed for them. Who are the people who mocked him? Yes, these 3 people are not good people. I have seen a lot of negative news about them on the internet. I used to think that it was someone else who fabricated it. Now it seems that those negative views are probably true. Leanne did not have any objections towards Wilbur. In her opinion, whether he was a great actor or a man who sings when he delivers food, both had a chance to be famous. Seeing that Wilbur was being ridiculed to the point of being at a loss, she said to the few celebrities, "The few of you, be careful, I'm broadcasting." The sentence made everyone stop talking. In front of so many viewers on the internet, he couldn't let them see his mean side. Seeing that Leanne was indeed broadcasting live, the faces of the few celebrities immediately changed. They changed their mocking expressions just now. Pretending to be very enthusiastic, they said, "Hey, are we actually doing this out of goodwill?" "Yeah, he hasn't gone through professional training. It's not that easy to be a celebrity." It's better to make money by delivering takeout properly than anything else. It's very hard for an artist to start from scratch. Inside the Star Moon Entertainment, Harry did not know what was happening outside. After interviewing a few people one after another, he remembered that there was still more than 100 queues waiting outside. With the current speed, the interview would not be finished even at night. He called everyone in, wanting to finish the interview together. When the celebrities outside heard the greeting, they all walked into the interview meeting room. It was packed to the brim. After learning that the interviewer was the boss of Star Moon Entertainment, each and every one of them became serious, quietly sizing up Harry. "Hey, this boss is too young. I wonder if he can manage an entertainment company well," Hanson said in a low voice. "That's right. The entertainment circle has a deep and complicated background. How much capital does a young man have to open up a path here?" Todd also said with a skeptical look. Leanne shook her head. "I think it's a good thing to be young. From what happened before, I could tell that this Harry has a straightforward personality. Moreover, he can open an entertainment company at such a young age. He must be an extraordinary heir." Harry looked at the stars in the room. He did not have any stage fright. He cleared his throat and said, "Since everyone can come here for an interview, you must be very optimistic about the future of Star Moon Entertainment. I won't say anything false. Let's get straight to the point and talk about the treatment I give here." Hearing Harry's words, everyone listened attentively. The issue of treatment was what everyone was concerned about. After all, they had to eat. How could they survive in the entertainment industry if they didn't have enough money? All of you have some reputation, some are famous, and some have just debuted. Not long later, if you don't come over to my place, all of you will be interns. The minimum salary will be $3,000. You will have to take care of food and accommodations, and there will be 5 risks and 1 gold coin. You'll have to attend training courses for more than 30 hours a week. If there's anyone who doesn't approve of this treatment, you can leave now. After Harry finished speaking, the people sitting underground started discussing. A minimum salary of $3,000? What do you think we are? We still need to participate in training. We're not rookies. What are we doing here? This is really baffling. I shouldn't have come here today. What a waste of time. We're all celebrities. We're not poor workers. Basic salary and whatnot are really funny. After a while, as expected, someone was dissatisfied with such a low salary and stood up to leave. More than 30 of the 100 people had left, and there were still 90 people left. Harry took a look and continued. There is training, and of course there are tests. Whoever passed the first test can officially join the company's artist team. The company will also arrange different paths of development for everyone's specialties. The singing company will provide suitable songs. They will be in charge of recording, announcing, and selling. The acting company will also provide film resources, and the roles will be adjusted according to their individual abilities. At this point, Todd raised his hand. Harry indicated that he could speak. I want to ask, I'm an original singer and I have a lot of fans at the moment. Do I still need to participate in training? What Todd meant was that with his current fame, he didn't need to start from scratch like a newbie. He could directly release an album, and the company only needed to fund the packaging and release it. But Harry shook his head. How many fans do you have now? Has his name reached the standards of an A-list singer? If not, why don't you accept training? This is different. An A-list singer only gets good quality songs. In terms of strength, Todd is not inferior to A-list singers. That's right. With Todd's level, does he still need to train with the newcomers? This is too funny. Isn't this just messing around? Many people once again defended Todd's injustice. Even the strong faction, Todd had to be retrained. Then these people who were weaker than Todd had to be trained even more. After all, they were people with some reputation. They could not afford to lose face by sitting together with interns. That's the condition. Those who are not satisfied can leave. Harry said with a cold face. Episode 284. Surprise. More than 30 people got up and left. As they walked, they shook their heads and said to the people who were still in the conference room, Don't be silly. This company doesn't take us seriously. There's no future for us to stay here. Someone shook his head. He said, I thought it was a good company, but who would have thought it wasn't like that at all? This condition is to treat us like fools. Seriously, if I had known this would happen, I wouldn't have come. The treatment I was given is the same as sending off beggars. They still want to train again? What a joke. Looking at the remaining 60 people, Harry asked, Is there anyone else who wants to leave? After a moment of silence, another 20 people got up and left. Now, only 40 people were still sitting. Todd was conflicted for a moment before he asked, It's not that I'm arrogant. With my strength, there really aren't many people in the entertainment industry who can train me. If Harry doesn't have a teacher that I can admire, then I can only leave. Harry smiled. Mr. Henry will be your training teacher. Do you think he can teach you? His words instantly caused an uproar. Those singing stars who were still here all jumped up. What? Mr. Henry? Did I hear it wrong? Todd was also shocked. Mr. Henry here? Yes, you heard it right. It's a gold medal music producer, Mr. Henry. Harry said with certainty. Oh my God, Mr. Henry is so famous here. No wonder there has been no news about him recently. What kind of company is this? How can Mr. Henry work here? Everyone couldn't help but be shocked. As the most famous music producer in the entertainment circle, Henry had always put on airs. Many entertainment companies with a very high ranking offered a sky-high salary invitation, but Henry didn't care about it. He did not expect that he would actually come to a company with a low reputation like Star Moon Entertainment. Todd's heart was wild with joy. To be able to get Henry to train him, let alone receive a salary of $3,000, even if it was $30,000, it would make him pay $30,000 or $300,000. Hell, maybe even $3 million. He was willing to come to. Then he said happily, "Luckily, I held my breath and didn't leave. Otherwise, I wouldn't even have the medicine for regret." The other singers were also glad. Yeah, who would have thought that Mr. Henry would be training us here? If those who left knew about it, they would be so regretful that their intestines would turn green. In this place, no matter how famous the singer was, as long as they saw Henry, they would not bow their heads. This was a nuclear warhead from the entertainment circle. Any song he took out for them to sing would immediately become famous throughout the entire world. In addition, he would get Teacher Henry's personal guidance. This was a treatment that many people dreamt of, and it was a treatment that no matter how much money they spent, they would not be able to obtain. Furthermore, now that they could get Teacher Henry to personally train them without paying any price, only an idiot would leave. The singers were satisfied. The other actors saw the strength of this company and didn't say anything else. They just waited for Harry to make the arrangements. Harry saw that no one had any objections, so he asked the Human Resources Department to give them the contracts that they had prepared in advance. Take a close look at the contracts. If there are no problems, you could sign them. From now on, you will be an employee of Star Moon Entertainment. Everyone looked carefully. Wilbur, on the other hand, did not have anything in his hand. He stood up timidly and asked, "Boss, what about me?" The celebrities present looked at Wilbur and secretly laughed in their hearts. They thought to themselves, the delivery man actually hasn't left yet. Is it crazy to want to be a celebrity? The one sitting here wasn't famous in the entertainment industry. Just like that, Harry still chose to farm a large number of people. What ability did he have to make others look at him in a different light? "Oh, I forgot about you. Have you thought about it? Do you really want to be an artist?" Harry asked. "I've thought about it," Wilbur said firmly. Although being a delivery man earned more money than a normal job, he didn't have a bright future, so he could only deliver takeout for the rest of his life. Since Harry was willing to let him join the company, this was an opportunity for Wilbur to change his life. "Since that's the case, you should sign the contract with them as well," Harry said, then ordered his men to bring another contract and pass it to Wilbur. When he saw that Harry had actually signed the delivery man, everyone looked at Harry in shock, not knowing why this had happened. He was clearly just a delivery man. He had neither talent nor reputation. Unlike people like them, who could bring a lot of benefits of the company without training, would Harry agree to sign this man if his brain was flooded with water? Wilbur's culture was not high. He could not understand the terms in the contract. He wanted to ask the people beside him, but seeing that these celebrities were looking at him strangely, Wilbur was too embarrassed to speak again. He felt dizzy just by looking at the first two lines of words. He thought that Harry would not lie to a delivery man, and there was nothing worth lying about. He just signed directly at the place where the signature was. This contract," the other celebrities flipped through the contract in their hands and were shocked. Although the standard of this contract was the same as other companies, the specific conditions of the contract were very different. Generally speaking, entertainment companies would sign long contracts with celebrities for 3 years, 5 years, or even 10 years. It was for the sake of ensuring that the number of artists nurtured by the company would not go away, and that it would bring about the greatest benefits. And Harry actually signed contracts with them once a year. This was completely unheard of. In addition, in terms of treatment, the minimum salary was pitifully low. Not to mention, even the commission earned from the sales of songs was much lower than the salary earned from participating in movies. This treatment is too little, isn't it? All the money earned was taken by the company. What do we eat or drink? Harry listened to the underground discussions and smiled. He said, "If there are any people who are not satisfied with the terms of the contract, you can leave now." Everyone became silent again. Harry had been killing people just like that. Only when there were more than 100 people left did he take out Henry, the killing machine that no one could reject. Now that he had used this move again, everyone on the scene had learned their lesson. They felt that Harry must have the confidence to do so. That was why he said this. Otherwise, with so many celebrities wanting to join his company, if it was someone else, it would not be nice to give good things to these celebrities. Only Harry, from the beginning to the end, he did not care whether they were newcomers or old people from the entertainment circle. All of them were treated according to the standard of treatment for the interns and artists. Such a strange way of doing things made these celebrities constantly mutter in their hearts. They were afraid that this company still had some unknown secrets. If they left like the people in front of them, they might even regret it. Episode 285. Signing the Contract. The singers, with Todd as their representative, didn't hesitate at all. It's fine if you earn less since it's only signed once a year. Furthermore, there was still Henry, this great god here. There was no reason for them to reject the signing. They were willing to stay even if they had to pay back. When the actors saw Todd and the others happily sign the contract, they felt slightly conflicted and also signed the contract. When they saw that all the contracts were finished, Harry stood up with a smile and said, "Everyone will be employees of Star Moon Entertainment from now on. Welcome to this big family." Everyone stood up and greeted Harry formally. "In order to celebrate everyone's appointment, I will host a welcoming party for everyone tonight. At the same time, everyone will get to know the other colleagues in the company." "Thank you, boss." News in the entertainment industry had always spread. Very soon, over 100 celebrities went to a newly opened entertainment company for interviews. This news immediately became the headlines of many entertainment websites. Coupled with Leanne's live broadcast, when millions of people saw that the scene of these celebrities lining up at the same time, it was a huge hit. Star Moon Entertainment? Which company is this? Why haven't I heard of it before? It's a new company, right? It said that it has made the Dream Angel team famous, and now there are over 100 celebrities taking the initiative to request to sign a contract. Looks like their backing is very strong. What the fuck? This isn't just strong, it's simply cheating. Who is the boss of Star Moon Entertainment? Who doesn't know? But this ambition is not small. He's going to turn Star Moon Entertainment into the #1 entertainment company in the entertainment industry. What? I just received news that more than half of the hundreds of celebrities have been eliminated, leaving only 40 of them. Fuck, how did it become like this? These celebrities are all pragmatic. Which one of them doesn't have a lot of fans and he's actually willing to push them out? Yeah, if they all come to my company, I'll be able to laugh and wake up when I sleep. In the industry, many of the bosses of entertainment companies gathered together to discuss this matter. They couldn't understand what Star Moon Entertainment was doing. They didn't even want celebrities that came to their doorstep, and they even actively pushed them out. This mysterious operation made many people unable to understand. Chelsea also did not understand, and Barry even shouted in Harry's office. "Harry, I really don't understand what you're thinking. There are so many celebrities. I can't even hope to see them in other entertainment companies. You actually chase them away. Also, isn't the treatment given to people too harsh? These people are all third-rate celebrities. Can you treat them seriously?" Chelsea also asked, "I also don't understand why I have to sign a 1-year contract with them. This doesn't make sense." Harry smiled and motioned for the two of them to calm down. "Actually, the time of signing the contract is also beneficial to us. If there are people among these people who can't be promoted, wasting time won't do us any good. We might as well let them go as soon as possible." Chelsea thought for a while and nodded, thinking that what Harry said also made sense. The contract between the entertainment company and the artist could not be full of the boss's terms. If the artist wanted to terminate the contract during the contract period, they would have to pay a lot of penalties. Similarly, if the entertainment company wanted to fire an artist within the contract period, they would have to pay a hefty breach of contract fee. Generally speaking, as long as they met celebrities from entertainment companies who wanted to get rid of the contract and did not want to pay the breach of contract fee, they could only hide it and not provide any resources. When the contract expires, the person will naturally leave. Harry did not want to do this. His idea was to get along well. Since he did not want to work with them anymore, then they would split up. Being tied up by a contract that lasted for a few years made both sides feel uncomfortable. Barry was still not satisfied. "You haven't explained to me yet. It's not easy for the company to find a potential artist. Besides, it will cost a lot of money and experience to raise them to fame. Now you don't want so many ready-made celebrities? What's there to explain? What's the point of keeping so many people? Are they all retired in the company? Do we have the resources to provide for so many celebrities? Harry's series of rhetorical questions made Barry speechless. Star Moon Entertainment was still a small company, and it could not compare to those big companies in the circle. If they really signed hundreds of celebrities, it would be another matter whether they could support them or not. At the very least, they would not be able to provide the necessary resources for so many celebrities. The so-called resources were packaging and building. The singers needed good songs and needed to publish them. The film celebrities needed to take on roles and play good roles. Currently, Star Moon Company was not able to provide much. Being able to sign over 40 artists was already beyond the company's operational capabilities. So don't be too ambitious. You have to eat mouthful by mouthful, and you have to walk the road step by step. With these 40-plus signed celebrities, we can eat until we are full and slowly digest them. Harry summarized. All right, I was too greedy, Barry said. If there's nothing else, go and call Manson over, Harry ordered again. Manson and Jason were busy editing the first song for the music video. When they heard Harry's call, they put down their work in their hands and went to Harry's office. Mr. Parker, are you looking for me? Yes, the production of the music video went smoothly, right? It went very smoothly. Jason's ability is also very strong, and he cooperated with me very well, Manson said. Harry nodded. That's good. The company signed more than 40 celebrities today. Do you know about this? Although Manson was busy editing the music video, he definitely knew about such a big matter in the company. He praised, Mr. Parker, you're just a big spender. With so many new stars in your company, you'll definitely be able to develop even more. Harry smiled faintly and said, I asked you to come here to ask for your opinion. After staying for so many days, how do you feel about my company? Do you want to sign a contract with me? Mr. Parker, do you want me to come to your company? Manson asked in surprise. He was only working with Harry now. Harry would pay for the movie, and he would write the script. They would work together to make the movie. They were also filming the music video. However, Harry did not have anyone on his side, so he could only catch some strong men and ask Manson for help. Director Manson, you've always been a lone wolf when it comes to this sort of thing. Wouldn't it be better to have someone financially backing you so you only had to worry about making the best movie you could? Manson nodded sadly, admitting that Harry was right. The reason why he was in such dire straits was because he could not find a good financial backer to support him. Not only could Harry give him a large amount of money, but he could also give him authority and not interfere with the filming of the movie. How is it? Is Director Manson willing to join Star Moon Entertainment? Seeing that Manson did not speak for a long time, Harry took the initiative to speak. I am willing to join Star Moon Entertainment, boss. Episode 286, External Plan. Manson tidied up his clothes, stood up, and respectfully agreed to enter Star Moon Entertainment. Harry happily took out a bottle of red wine from the wine cabinet, opened it, and poured a cup for Manson and himself. Does Director Manson have any requests regarding the treatment? Manson shook his head. I don't have any requests. As long as there is a movie to film, everything will be fine. Harry thought for a while and said, how about this? An annual salary of $1 million plus 5% of the box office earnings for each movie. What do you think? This condition was already very high for Manson now. He smiled and toasted with Harry, which was considered a deal. I heard that Director Manson used to be a professor at the West Coast Film Academy. Yes, Manson was surprised. The West Coast Film Academy was a nationwide hall-level academy. The film stars and directors trained by it could hold a very high position in the entertainment circle. As a dignified professor, he was currently in dire straits. That's great. Director Manson knows both the art of the director and the performance. I would like to give these newly signed film stars a more intensive training. After the filming of this movie is over, I will hand it over to Director Manson. Manson shook his head. You don't have to wait till the movie's done shooting. You could sit in the classroom and listen to the theories. Even if you talk about it 10,000 times, it will not be effective once in the movie. Boss, you could just sign it and put it there. Why don't you follow me when the movie starts? You can listen to my lecture while practicing your performance, Harry said in surprise. I was thinking more along the lines that if we have our new actors in the crowd, we could expand the storytelling with background details as well as foreground. Manson broke out in a cold sweat. He secretly sighed at how powerful Harry's idea was. Even the actors in the crowd were celebrities. This was even more invincible than a movie with an all-star lineup. It's settled then. After filming the music video, these people will be handed over to Director Manson, Harry said. Okay. In the next few days after the newly signed stars finished dealing with their own matters, they returned to Star Moon Entertainment one after another and resumed their internship. Among them, the ones who were the happiest were the singing stars like Todd. If Harry really arranged for Henry to teach them, these people would be extremely happy. Each and every one of them was like a primary school student. They obediently held their laptops and listened attentively. As for Manson, he brought Jessica and the others to continue filming the music video. The time was getting closer and closer, and if they wanted to catch up to the competition, they could not delay at all. After Star Moon Entertainment made the headlines on the news of the interview for 100 stars, the popularity dropped a few days later and was once again hidden in the eyes of the public. Currently, the hottest topic in the entertainment industry was the annual Golden Melody competition. What people looked forward to the most was the annual Golden Melody competition. Because every year, there would be new songs with excellent quality and popularity, and this competition could be participated by everyone. It was a very grand competition. After all the contestants signed up, the official website of the Golden Melody competition listed the contestants' introductions. There was a threshold to participate in this competition. The participating songs had to be reviewed by the judges of the competition. Only after they passed would they have the qualifications to participate in the competition. This was also to prevent many people who were not good enough to fill up the numbers and quality and lower the standards of the Golden Melody competition. After the information of the contestants appeared on the official website, many contestants began to warm up and compete for popularity before the competition began. This would allow more people to pay attention to themselves and like them. Then, during the later stages of the competition, more people would support them. Chelsea had been paying attention to this matter. Seeing that the other contestants had already started to hype up about them on the internet, she went to Harry to report this matter to him. Now, those who have the ability and background are constantly exposing themselves on the internet. They are even hiring spam bots to create hype. As for those contestants who don't have company support and are fighting one-on-one, they are naturally lacking in this aspect. They are very at the disadvantage. When the official competition begins, unless your song is extremely outstanding, it is impossible for you to win the award, Chelsea said. You mean we should do the same? Yes, I don't doubt Henry's song, but since we have the ability to create hype for Jessica and the others, we can't let go of this advantage. Harry thought about it and agreed with Chelsea. Although it was unfair to the contestants who did not have the support of the company, there was no absolute fairness in any competition. This kind of external trick could not be avoided. As long as they did not go overboard, everyone agreed with this rule. All right then, you go and find Stephen to see how it goes. You could decide how much money you need. Harry nodded and said. Chelsea was the CEO of the company and had the authority to spend on finance. Harry did not restrict her at all. However, Chelsea was still very cautious. Every time she needed to spend money, she would first look for Harry to account for it. After getting permission, Chelsea left Harry's office and went to find Stephen to discuss it. As a director of Harry's intelligence department, as long as it involved matters on the internet, he would carry it out. Producing? That's easy. No one is better at this than me. After Stephen found out Chelsea's intentions, he patted his chest and agreed to this matter. You have to take it easy. Don't go too far. Otherwise, if you cause public anger, you will be removed from the competition committee. Chelsea was not at ease. She was very clear about Stephen's strength. There was almost no one on the internet who could restrict him. If they allowed Stephen to do whatever he wanted, not only would it not increase his reputation, but it would also be terrible. Stephen said with a smile, Don't worry, I know what to do. This matter can only be done according to the usual method. You better not hack all the big websites and upload Jessica and the others' information. Chelsea felt that if she did not warn Stephen beforehand, he might really do such a thing. No, you're so worried about me. It's good that you have the numbers. Saw that Stephen was serious, so she asked him to do something. At this moment on the internet, whether it was the entertainment website or the Twitter public account, the hype war between the contestants was very intense. Mel was a popular contestant in this year's competition. He was also an artist who had just debuted under the Bow Tie Entertainment. In this year's new Song of Golden Melody competition, the Bow Tie Entertainment had decided to focus on Mel and let him take advantage of this opportunity to debut as the champion. Because of this, the Bow Tie Entertainment poured a lot of resources into Mel and spent a lot of money to create hype on the internet. They called Mel the most capable champion of this competition. On the ranking list of the contestants on the entertainment website, Mel was also in first place now. Of course, this was because he had spent a lot of money to hire a water army to make it to the top. At this time, Mel was sitting in the luxury office provided by the company. He was drinking coffee very complacently. Looking at his ranking, there was still tens of thousands of votes behind in second place. Mel was very confident in his heart. Episode 287. Slaughter the leaderboard. Of course, the current ranking wasn't made by the tournament officials, but by the performance of many composers in the past and the rating of their works. Of course, there was a lot of exaggeration in this. Furthermore, there was also a popular vote that could be used to fill the standing on the scoreboard. Mel did not have any outstanding works, but the company was willing to spend money to package him up and make him look like a superstar tomorrow. Usually, he could be exposed in various media outlets, attracting countless brainless fans. Through the huge scale of publicity, Mel felt that he was almost guaranteed to win the championship and step onto the path of becoming a superstar. Becoming a superstar is that easy. My life is really perfect. Mel held a coffee cup in an elegant posture and muttered to himself as he looked at the sunset outside the window. The door was suddenly knocked open and the assistant stumbled in. The loud noise that came out of nowhere startled Mel, causing his hand to shake. The boiling hot coffee was spilled all over his crotch. With a miserable scream, Mel covered his crotch and jumped up. "What the hell are you doing? Hurry up and bring me the ice." Oh, okay. The assistant ran to look for the ice again in a panic. After the ice block was brought over, Mel did not care about anything else and directly untied his belt and stuffed it in. "Oh, this feels good." After a shiver, he looked at his assistant from the corner of his eye and said, "Did something happen just now? If it wasn't something important, I would have told you to get lost right away." Only then did the assistant remember that he still had something important to say. No, it's not good. Your ranking has dropped to second place." "What ranking?" "It's the newcomer ranking." Mel was shocked. Just now, he had seen that he was in first place. The second place was 100,000 points away from the first place. How can someone catch up before he'd finished his cup of coffee? How did William surpass me? Did he also spend money to hire lots of bots? Mel asked. William was ranked second on the leaderboard. Although he also had the support of the entertainment company behind the scenes, it was obvious that the resources he gave were not as much as Mel's. "It's not William, it's a Dream Angel group. Originally, they were still outside of the top 10, but just now their popularity suddenly soared and they immediately rushed to the top of the leaderboard," the assistant said. "Damn, they're all so fierce?" Mel was shocked. "Yeah, no one would have thought that such a dark horse would appear." "How much did it cost?" Mel thought that the Dream Angels would definitely throw out a sky-high amount of money to hire a spammer to get to the top of the leaderboard. But in reality, there was a little difference. Stephen would be able to get hundreds of millions of dollars in funding for Harry's intelligence. This money was not spent in vain. He had already recruited countless people on the internet and set up a strict intelligence network. These people were all experienced netizens on the internet. None of them knew who they really were. They just used Stephen's money to do things. They usually had their own jobs. When they had missions, they would take up part-time jobs. Most of the time, they would focus on gathering information. Now, in order to create momentum for Jessica and the others, these people could immediately become internet trolls. It was simply a small matter to get first place on the leaderboard. Furthermore, even if there were people who had doubts about the sudden appearance of the Dream Angel group, they could not find anything. They were all real accounts, and there were no zombie accounts like the internet trolls. They were not worried about the investigation at all. Once they investigated, they found that they were all fan accounts. There was no trace of fraud at all. At this moment, Steven's Combat Command Group had already been renamed to the Dream Angel Group Fan Group. The core members of the group were chatting with Steven passionately. "Boss, I didn't expect you to be a fan of the Dream Angel Group. We're all the same. We've been waiting to create hype for the Angels for a long time. I didn't expect Boss to personally take action as well." Everyone actually fancies a Dream Angel Group. Indeed, it's not like a family doesn't want to enter the same door. Coincidentally, more than 90% of the people in Steven's online intelligence network were fans of the Dream Angels. This was actually not strange at all. Ever since the Dream Angel groups debuted, almost all pop fans liked them. The people in Steven's online intelligence network were all pop fans who spent their days online. Such a circle was easily overlooked by others. Once it was combined together, the power it could display would be shocking. Just like now, Steven only needed to give the order to push the Dream Angel group to the top of the list. The hundreds of millions of pop fans didn't even want money and acted on their own accord. In almost an instant, the so-called rookie strength ranking was directly slaughtered by this group of people. This so-called leader group is a joke. It's not difficult to push the Angels to the top of the leaderboard. Haha, what you said upstairs is right. The group chat on Steven's side was filled with laughter and celebrating the fact that they had won the first battle of the Dream Angels. Mel's group was not happy about it. "Dream Angel group, this is too shameless. No one reported it." Mel looked at the latest ranking on the website and said angrily, The assistant thought that since they were all doing it, how could he still say that to others? "Go and ask around and see what the website says." The assistant went out to contact him and came back shortly. "I did. The website said that they have received a lot of complaints. They are now checking the background data to see if there were any abnormalities." It would be weird if there are no problems with this data, Mel said coldly. After a while, he saw that he was still in second place on the leaderboard. Not only did the Dream Angel group not fall off the leaderboard, but their popularity had also increased by a large amount. From the initial tens of thousands of people who were ahead of Mel, it had become hundreds of thousands. Such an exaggerated number made Mel grind his teeth in anger. "Go ask again, what the hell is going on? Why didn't you deal with such an obvious ranking?" Mel was so angry that his lungs were about to explode. The Golden Melody competition was a golden age organized by many prominent labeling companies that have signed the biggest stars in the industry, and there were countless media outlets of various sizes on the current ranking list. Of course, those small media outlets that did not have much influence did not represent anything, and they would not receive any attention. The most authoritative was the evaluation ranking on the DART scoreboard, which was also the ranking that Mel was looking at now. The DART scoreboard was the most powerful media in the country besides the official media. The ranking it gave was not like those unscrupulous small media outlets who could raise the ranking with just a bit of money. It was based on the overall strength evaluation and the additional points from the current popularity. Therefore, Mel firmly believed that the previously nameless Dream Angel group definitely did not have enough overall strength and only relied on their popularity to rush to the top of the list. The assistant went to contact DART scoreboard again. When he came back, he said with surprise, "They said that there's no problem with the background data. After a dozen or so people took a sample, every IP number that supports their popularity is a real account and not a bot." Episode 288, Competition. Every account is real and effective. What does that mean? Mel was stunned. He could guarantee that there was no one in the top 10 or even the top 100 who didn't make it onto the list. The IP accounts that supported the popularity were more or less problematic. And now the internet report actually told him that there was no problem with the Dream Angel team and that they could suddenly make it to the top without relying on massive amounts of bots. Was this a fucking international joke? With such a high popularity, why didn't they make it to the top previously? This didn't make any sense. Mel was lost. He didn't know what kind of opponent he had encountered. It was simply out of the ordinary. Furthermore, if it was real accounts, it would be terrifying just thinking about it. If this popularity was maintained to the point that it was a competition, then what was the point of him playing? He didn't even need to think about becoming the champion. He just had to be honest and be the second one. But Mel didn't want the second place. No matter what competition it was, only the first place would be remembered. No matter if it was the second or the third or fourth place, they would all be forgotten. They would all end up in the same place. They would be forgotten in the corner. For the sake of his star path, Mel could not give up the top spot. Thinking of this, he gritted his teeth and said, "The company must give me more resources." As he spoke, his manager, Miss Harley, walked in. "Mel, do you know about the rating?" "Yes, I was just about to talk to the company. I have to get the top spot back." "What do you want to do?" Miss Harley asked. "Of course, I want to continue throwing money into the rankings. How can I become stronger without charging?" Mel said as if it was a matter of course. "The company must agree to it, right? After all, they had already spent so much money in the past. Isn't it a pity that the top spot has been snatched by someone now?" Miss Harley shook her head. "The company has decided to stop allocating funds to you for the time being. We will talk about it after the official competition." "What?" Mel shouted in surprise. "This is the company's decision. I have fought for it for you, but unfortunately, the company thinks that the cost has exceeded the budget. There might be risks." Mel said unhappily. "How could it be like this? How can the company be like this? If I win the championship, the profits that I will bring to the company in the future will not be small. Now, if they spend money to make me in the top ranking, they will be repaid in kind." Miss Harley said helplessly, "It can't be helped. The company is like this. If they feel that it's not profitable, they won't continue to throw money. If you want to get the company's attention, you have to show your own performance." Mel was silent for a moment and said fiercely, "Okay, if the company does not pay, I will pay for it myself." "What do you want to do?" Miss Harley said in surprise. "Then my own money should be enough for me to take it to the top, right?" After saying that, Mel took out his phone and contacted a bot farm leader he knew. "Are you there?" "I'm here." "I've fallen to second place. How much time and money do I need to get back to first place? Name your price." "The rankings of the dart scoreboard, right?" "Yes." "Okay, I'll send you up in a half an hour. It will cost you $2 million. $2 million? Why don't you go and rob people? Even if you rob a bank, you won't even get half of that." "Don't worry. You know that you're lacking a few 100,000 points of popularity compared to the first place. It won't be easy to take back the top spot. The screening procedures in the backstage of the dart scoreboard are very strict. Many too obvious zombie accounts and brush accounts can't be used." "Then your asking price is too high." "It is really not expensive, brother. I'm also hiring a large group of people. It is not like I'm the one who takes the money." In any case, $2 million can't be a cent less. Think about it yourself. It's not possible to get first place without spending money. The leader of the internet trolls said these words. He did not say any more. When Miss Harley, Mel's manager, saw this chat record, she said, "It's just a ranking before the competition. Don't take it too seriously. This doesn't mean anything." Mel said decisively, "No, I want to maintain my advantage from the beginning. I can't be compared to anyone in any way. $2 million I'll pay." After saying that, he gave the leader of the internet trolls an okay and transferred $2 million. "I've already transferred the money. You must keep your word." "I've received the money, and I'll start working immediately. Just wait and see." Half an hour was not long, but Mel kept staring at the rankings and refreshed the website. It was as if he was waiting for hours, with every second passing agonizingly slow. Finally, Mel found that his popularity, which had been stagnant for a long time, began to increase by a small margin. After a moment, it increased at a faster rate. 10,000, 20,000, 35,000, 80,000. After more than a half an hour, his popularity had increased by more than 400,000, and he had directly surpassed the Dream Angel group by 50,000. He had once again returned to the top of the list. "Ha-ha! The first place is mine! No one can snatch it away from me!" Mel was dancing with excitement. At this moment, Steven was showing off his achievements in Harry's office. "What kind of bot farm is this? They're all so weak compared to me. I can get on this ranking list as soon as I want, and I can get off as soon as I want." Harry looked at the ranking on the website with a smile on his face. You really can get it on whenever you want. You can get off as soon as you want. You already become second place. Huh? Steven curiously poked his head out and looked at the computer screen. He immediately blew up. Fuck, this Mel is quite bold. He dares to openly rank in front of me. Let's see if I can kill him. As he spoke, he took out his phone and started to summon his little brother. The first rank has been pushed down. Brothers, continue to push the Dream Angel group up. Yes, understood. Yes, boss. We're just waiting for boss to give the order. The computer geniuses in the group received the order in unison, and then went to the group below to give the order. Just like that, the order was passed down one by one. The online intelligence organization built by Steven was like a pyramid structure. After countless pop fan armies received the order, they quickly took action again. Mel was only 50,000 points ahead of the Dream Angel group in popularity, but in the blink of an eye, he was overtaken. Mel flipped the table. He could not accept it. He had spent a lot of money to get first place on the list. Why did the Dream Angel group take it away so easily? Shame. This is too shameful. I must have spent even more money to obtain the leaderboard. Mel gritted his teeth and said. He did not believe that the Dream Angels had relied on their true popularity to reach the top of the leaderboards. They had repeatedly fought with him over the leaderboards. Did you guys also use a bot farm to rise on the leaderboards for the Dream Angels? Do you have any professional ethics? The leader of the bot farm looked at the message sent by Mel and was confused. He really did not do the same for the Dream Angels, but Mel clearly misunderstood. Although the bot farm was mysterious, it was not big. There were only a few leaders in this line of work, and the rest were used as miscellaneous assets. Episode 289, Uproar. Every time the leaderboards get a big order, these spammers would work together. Therefore, Mel thought that since the Dream Angels wanted to go through the leaderboards, there would definitely be a need for these people to stir up trouble. I'm not! Don't speak nonsense! The leader of the bot farm immediately sent 3 denial messages to Mel. Who else could it be if it wasn't you guys? I just spent $2 million to reach the top of the list. I didn't even have the chance to cover my butt before I was kicked down. There's no other possibility other than you guys who are so capable. Mel gnashed his teeth in hatred. He felt that these internet trolls were really unreasonable. They took $2 million from him and let him stay at the top of the list for a few minutes. It really wasn't done by my side. You have to believe me. In our line of work, we still have to be professional and moral. What the hell? Why would I believe you? Mel was so angry that he almost smashed his phone. Why don't you give me another $2 million and I'll send you up? The leader of the internet trolls tried asking. Mel was instantly enraged. Even if I, Mel, do not compete or win any awards, I will be recognized for being so high on the leaderboard. I will send you the money, and I will only be happy if I'm in first place. The leader of the internet trolls. As long as you're happy. After a while, Mel saw that his popularity had soared again and was about to reach the top of the leaderboards again. He thought happily, it smells good to farm with the leaderboards. Luckily, his family was rich and could afford to spend money like this. Mel was neither too big nor too small in terms of wealth. However, spending $4 million in just over an hour made his heart ache so much that he could not breathe. Steven looked at the ranking list being pushed up by Mel again. He rubbed his chin and said, Interesting. He is not afraid of death. Harry looked at him and said, Going back and forth like this is not a solution. Think of a way to get rid of this guy called Mel. All right, cripple him now, Steven said with a smile. He took out his laptop and started to operate it. After a while, all the big websites suddenly revealed the post where Mel was browsing the rankings. There were also all sorts of back-end data maps and IP account members. There were even records of Mel's conversation with the bot farm leader and the transfer of funds. Such explosive news instantly blew up the entire internet. Although it was an unspoken rule that everyone knew about before the competition to promote the ranking, as long as it was not too excessive, it was still a secret. It would not be a problem if no one said anything. However, the significance of revealing the truth would be different. The netizens didn't care if you were Mel or some famous actor. A newbie who hadn't even made a name for themselves dared to cheat openly. Wasn't this asking for a beating? The other contestants who were also playing on the leaderboards were also gloating over Mel's misfortune. They even stepped on Mel's back one after another. The current Mel had become a stinky rat. Everyone wanted to catch him and beat him up. "Get lost, Mel! Such a shameless person is not qualified to participate in the competition." "Trash! Shameless, cheating dog! Get the hell out of this competition!" "A new song competition doesn't need such a dirty player." Under Steven's deliberate rhythm, everyone started to denounce Mel and ask him to withdraw from the competition and go home. Mel was even more panicked. He quickly went to the company with Miss Harley to discuss countermeasures. At this moment, the senior executives of Bowtie Entertainment wished they could chop him up. A good game of chess had been played by him, and he had made it stink. "Why are you so careless? You actually left something behind." "It makes sense that the company won't let you continue ranking. You see, you can't take care of it now. Tell me what to do." "You useless piece of trash. We were wrong about you before. You can't be helped." Mel felt so wronged that he wanted to cry at the accusations and curses of the company's executives. It was fine for so many people to get on the leaderboards. However, he had exposed himself. He was really unlucky. Up until now, Mel still did not know what was going on. He only felt that the problem was most likely with the leader of the bot farm. But now, he did not have the time to look for this person. Just the spreading of the public opinion was enough to give him a headache. Now, when the company's senior executives saw Mel, they also had a headache. Clearly, a company's rookie with potential had invested a lot of money and resources to nurture him. Now that he was raised, he was waiting to lay eggs and earn money. Who knew that such a thing would happen? "This matter is not easy to handle. Not only is the public opinion on the internet very fierce, I'm afraid that the organizers of the competition will also be up to something. We can't let Mel be disqualified from the competition, otherwise all the money we have invested in him will go to waste. You have an acquaintance at the organizational committee. Let's see if you can use your connections to send some gifts and settle this matter. Jess, you'll be in charge of the public opinion at night. Hurry up and calm down this negative news." Bowtie Entertainment did not want to give up on Mel just like that. Otherwise, they would suffer a huge loss. They could only think of a way to bring this matter back. When Mel saw that the company was still helping him settle the matter, he let out a cold snort in his heart. A bunch of old fools. Wasn't it to let him earn money for them? When he became famous, he would terminate his contract with the company and work alone. He would never look at the expressions of these people again. The public opinion and denouncement that was raised on the internet caused the organizers of the Golden Melody competition to have a meeting to discuss how to deal with Mel. "If you want me to say, we should remove the qualifications to participate and comply with the public's wishes." But the so-called ranking list was secretly made up by the Dart scoreboard. It has nothing to do with us. It's not good to simply remove a contestant because of something outside of the competition, right? "Yeah, it's not like it's our official ranking list. If these players are willing to make the ranking list, then so be it. Let them play with it. As long as it doesn't affect the official competition, won't it be fine?" "What the two of you said, that's not right. What do you mean by not affecting the competition? It's already been affected right now. If we don't deal with Mel, the other contestants will feel that this competition is unfair and that there is some shady business involved." "You said it so easily. How do we deal with this? Mel is a new member of the Bowtie Entertainment. Taking away Mel's qualifications to participate in the competition is equivalent to offending the Bowtie Entertainment." Everyone fell silent. The Bowtie Entertainment was one of the top entertainment companies in the country. They had a lot of connections and resources, and these committee members didn't want to offend them. "Didn't the Bowtie Entertainment contact us?" "Yes, they called me just now. They said they wanted to deal with it lightly and give us a reasonable explanation." "Okay, I got it. I'll give them a warning. At the same time, I'll make an announcement on the official website saying that the rankings of the Dart scoreboard have nothing to do with us. The competition is very strict and fair. Does anyone have any objections?" The other committee members expressed their agreement and unanimously agreed. Very quickly, 2 messages were posted on the official website of the Golden Melody competition. One was to give Mel a warning and punishment. Any excessive words and actions would result in disqualification from participating in the competition. This punishment was not painful, causing all the netizens to be surprised. Episode 290. Collect. The other one showed that the competition was fair, but the rankings on the East Net had nothing to do with the competition. No matter what the problem was, the competition didn't have any responsibility. The moment the news came out, the internet went into an uproar. Mel had actually escaped disaster. Harry looked at the two announcements and thought that it was as expected. Steven's temper exploded. Fuck, I won't kill him even if I do this to him. Is this guy a little strong? Harry, I'm going to do it again. This time, I'm going to make this kid lose his reputation. Harry waved his hand. Forget it. It's not like there's a deep grudge between us. Is there a need for that? I already expected this outcome. Mel is an artist from the Bowtie Entertainment and has a deep background. How could he be defeated because of this? You mean he was protected by the Bowtie's Entertainment? It's obvious. The Bowtie Entertainment paid such a huge price to promote his career. How could they give up just because of this? Damn it. I'm really unwilling to give up. What's there to be conflicted about? Although Mel can still participate in the competition, his image in front of the public is already a black dot. It will be extremely difficult for him to compete with Jessica and the others for the championship. Even if Bowtie Entertainment arranged for the public relations company to clean his name from now on, it will be too late in a short period of time, Harry said with a smile. Stephen thought for a while and also smiled. That's true. Since he's no longer a threat to us, I won't waste any more effort on him. However, if this kid still doesn't behave properly, I'll make sure that he won't be able to turn over again next time. Mel had been exposed because of the matter of him farming the leaderboards. Dart Scoreboard also had corresponding countermeasures. As the most authoritative scoreboard, Dart Scoreboard couldn't tolerate such a person who cheated. Without saying anything, he directly removed Mel's name from the ranking. Now, not to mention the first and second place, even the last had nothing to do with Mel. This round of operation had made William, who was originally ranked behind Mel, laugh like a pig. This was truly a pleasant surprise. William, who was originally ranked second, had unfortunately fallen to third place after the appearance of the Dream Angels. After Mel was removed from the ranking list, he naturally returned to his second place. William even wanted to thank Mel personally for his selfless contribution. Originally, after William reached second place, he also wanted to make another wave and push himself to the top of the ranking list. However, after Mel exploded with thunder, William's face turned pale with fright. He no longer dared to think about getting to the top of the list. It was good enough for him to stay in the second place. The top of the list was a trap. If he didn't have enough life, he wouldn't be able to get to the top. After Mel lost the ranking of the Dart Scoreboard, in order to maintain his exposure and publicity, he could only switch to those small media outlets and websites. While spending money to hire people to wash his name, he continued to boast about his own strength. These expenses were all paid by the Bowtie Entertainment. However, there was originally no need for this extra expenditure. In order to punish the losses that Mel brought to the company, Bowtie Entertainment sent this young man who had yet to completely debut to provide all kinds of services to some rich women. Not only could it satisfy the empty and lonely hearts of those wealthy and powerful women, it could also maintain and expand the company's connections, and also take back part of the losses that were caused by Mel. It was like 3 birds with 1 stone. However, no one paid attention to Mel's suffering. It was true that he was an heir, but it was just that his family had some money, and he didn't have any power or background. In the eyes of the entertainment circle's big shots, it was just a delicious dish. They could eat whatever they wanted. Although Stephen listened to Harry's instructions and didn't continue to cause trouble for Mel, he still had a bad feeling in his heart. At this time, he was continuously collecting information about all the contestants on the internet. Among them, the black material of each contestant was the most important. Occasionally, he saw a video sent by a subordinate, and it was labeled with super black material. When he clicked it open, Stephen's eyes almost popped out. He saw Mel. This guy was surrounded by a few rich women in a dimly lit room. There were all kinds of whip, candles, and water, and he was having fun. Damn, this fellow's really good at playing. Is this expression a form of enjoyment or pain? Stephen watched with great interest. He turned around and rewarded his subordinates with $10,000. Then he took to the USB drive that had saved the video and went to find Harry to present this treasure. "Look what I found." Harry saw Stephen put the USB into his computer with a mysterious suspicion and turned on the video inside. It was an eye-opener for Harry. "Fuck, where did you get this?" "Hey, I have a lot of subordinates. It's convenient with sufficient funds. I don't even need to do it myself. These black materials keep coming on their own." Harry did not know whether to laugh or cry. "Why did you collect so many black materials from the competitors?" "Just in case, if there is a threat to Jessica and the others winning the championship, I will immediately release the black pieces of information to see who can compete with Jessica and the others." Harry shook his head helplessly. "Fair competition, brother. What's the point of doing this even if you win the championship?" "Who said we don't have a fair competition? The other contestants can also collect the black material on our side," Stephen said as if it was a matter of course. What Stephen said made a lot of sense. Harry was speechless. The Dream Angel group had made a huge leap into the rankings, and they had even kicked out the previous first place. This made the artists who had just signed contracts with the Starman Entertainment jealous. This was the embodiment of the company's strength. A good company could provide strong support for their artists. It was very difficult for artists to survive in the entertainment industry alone. Without a backer, it was very easy to be attacked and slandered. And with a powerful company as a backing, although the money they earned would have to be distributed quite a bit, it was relatively safer. If it wasn't for the fact that these artists had already made a name for themselves, they would have also wanted to participate in the Golden Melody competition. Unfortunately, this competition required new songs. Those who had already made a name for themselves in the entertainment industry did not have the qualifications to register. It was to give the newbies who were ready to make their debut a chance to make their debut. Although the Dream Angel team had already performed once, the performance for the opening ceremony of Star Moon Hotel could only be considered a commercial performance and not an official debut. When the new album was released during the competition, it would be the symbol of the Dream Angel team's debut. I say, don't think that the company can't be ranked in the entertainment industry and its scale isn't that big. However, its hidden strength is even stronger than the top entertainment companies. The newly signed artists gathered together to chat in their free time. After I signed the contract that day, I still felt regret when I went back. Now that I think about it, my impulsiveness at the time was really right. Following Starman Entertainment, my future development will definitely be stronger than before. A movie star said, I heard that the company is going to film a movie. I think we all have roles to arrange. Really?